Welcome back, everybody. Another gate to talk about. Another gate, 6 red star gate. But really, I'm not going to focus on that too much. I'll hit on it real briefly, but I just want to tell you guys the top 5 tunes I would take from 5 red stars to 6 red stars. I've been asked that so much since this gate happened. So we'll hit up real quick on the gate, what that means, basically a controversy. It was quickly resolved. I'll touch on that briefly as well, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. So I'll show what the issue was, but really focus on the 5 tunes that I think you'd want to try to bring from 5 red stars to 6. So let's get to it.
Bring me WolverThor!
Okay, first things first. 6 red star gate. What that is this offer that you can see behind me popped up, where it's $50 for 15 red star orbs and 10 gold promo credits, which means you could take 2 tunes if they were already 5 red stars, and that's a big caveat, is they already had to be 5 red stars to 6 red stars when they pop up on this specific store. So there's a little RNG to it. 1 being you had to have them at 5 red stars already, and 2, they've got to show up in the store. So this offer was $50, and you can even see in the comment here that the person in my alliance who saw it was like, "Whoa, $50 for 2 reds." They immediately went on it. I did not personally get it, which was a little bit of a bummer at the time. I was kind of like, but again, as a content creator, I make some money off the YouTube, not a lot, but I was at least considering this offer. So anyway, the offer was quickly taken down, and then people were upset, saying that some people got to buy it and others didn't, understandably so. And then Fox next, within a matter of hours, they were talking about maybe putting it back, are they going to fix it, what are they going to do, and they ended up coming up. This is a screenshot of just a general conversation, but this was the message that Fox next sent, that was essentially that this offer was purchasable and included these, but it was supposed to be 10 silver promo credits, which in my mind dramatically decreases the value of that offer. Personally, I don't know if I would have bought it at that. Actually, no, I wouldn't have, because I think it takes 300 silvers to get a 5 red, and the 15 red stars were likely have been dupes anyway. So they said, in keeping with their policy of evaluating errors and overall to ensure overall health and balance of the game, they've decided to grant 10 gold promotion credits through a future daily calendar to all players that didn't purchase the offer. So I think that was a real good solid of them. So if you didn't get the chance to buy this, they're going to give you those through a daily calendar. So it says we've decided to grant them. I take that as that they're giving the 10 gold promo credits to everybody through a calendar. I think that's going to be after this lunar event. So if you're going to buy those lunar event red stars, go ahead and continue to do that. I would not wait for this. I fully expect this thing to come after the fact. And then the players who purchase the offer will get the 10 silver promo credits as originally intended. So those people who bought the offer still get the gold. They're going to get the 10 silvers as well. So they technically get what the offer should have been and the gold. So I know a lot of people who bought it are upset by that because they spent $50 thinking that they were going to get these golds, which they did, and now everybody gets the golds and they're paying $50 for the silver. I understand why they'd be upset with that. So anyway, having said that, let's look at the 5 tunes that I think I would more than likely upgrade. Okay, first up, this is a very debatable topic I've been having with some of people in my Discord. By the way, link below if you want to join. Some other ones I was talking about in my Patreon as well, just kind of thinking about what we thought this would be. So, in my opinion, there's one obvious first choice, and that's Black Bolt. Number 1, absolutely, without a doubt, would be Black Bolt. If you can get him from 5 red stars, 6 red stars, he's great everywhere. You're using him in arena, you're using him in raids. He's critical for war for me. He helps me beat Ultron teams. I'm testing him out versus the Asgardians as well, doing pretty good. So anyway, Black Bolt. The next 3, in my opinion, are a little bit debatable. So I've called these 2A, 2B, 2C, but I think it depends who you pretty much use in different aspects of the game. So I've settled at the second spot with Hela. The reason is if you're using her in Ultimus 7. If you're not, then I move her to 2B. And in 2B, I put Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, I think, is great anywhere. Her sustain in war is amazing. She can basically be put with a bunch of scrubs and still last. So the more red stars you have on her, the harder she can get. I've gone at her with 200k plus teams when she's 70k and lost. So that to me is a good solid toon. So those two are kind of in that same boat depending where you're using. And then somewhat similar is Thor. And again, Thor, he's starting to get used a little bit more in Ultimus 7. His damage increase is huge. His passive, if you'd be using him in Ultimus 7, you're likely using him with Hela. So you're probably getting those passive buildups. That's where I've got him at this spot. He's going to be great in war already. But if you're using him in Ultimus 7 or the potential of it, then I've got him in that third 2C spot. Right after that, I'm going to go ahead and go with two healers, and I kind of have them tied again at the 5 spot, and this is mainly for Ultimus 7, is Shuri and Minerva. Depending who you use more, I would go with that person. I'm currently still using both of them. I just don't like to play with the RNG of losing. If I lose Scientist Supreme and I don't have Minerva, that I'm using a lot of heals. So I find if I've got Scientist Supreme and Minerva still, and Shuri in my raid team, I've got the survivability that I need, and I'm still one-shotting the nodes that I can typically one-shot, and I wasn't really necessarily guaranteed the one-shot versus the Nick Fury type nodes anyway. So I was like, you know what, I'd rather just be consistent here, build my team up, not have to use as many heals. So anyway, Shuri Minerva come into the 5 spot. I actually threw in a 6 spot technically with Phoenix, if you're using her in raids a lot. If you're not, then I put her down in this honorable mention spot, which also includes Yo-Yo, and the reason I've got her there is if she's getting resisted a lot already at 5 red stars, then it's worth the upgrade. If she's not getting resisted, don't do it. She's fine as is. And then I have a toon that's not in the game as an honorable mention, but Symbiote Spider-Man. He's got really high damage, and if he's going to be usable in raids in Dark Dimension 3, then I've got him on this list. So yeah, so Symbiote Spider-Man. So think about that one. If you're not really sure where to put the other ones, I maybe hold on to that second upgrade till you see where you get him at. And then if they had more uses in the game, I've also got Ghost Rider. And these are honorable mentions, just if they have more uses. I've got Ghost Rider. His damage is so high. I've run into, granted it's Blitz, but if you run into a 6 or 7 red star Ghost Rider in Blitz, and he gets that penance there, he heals for like 200k. It's stupid. So you can never kill him. But the problem is I'm not sure he's got a ton of uses. I have heard about high-level Ghost Riders being used in Arena. So if you've got him up there, I'd consider him a little bit. And then, in that same mold, I've got Mr. Sinister. I use Mr. Sinister a lot in Arena. I do not use him a ton in the beta raid, but I want to. I wish he was a little bit more sustained. I wish his energy, would come back a little bit more. But you kind of got to properly use that ultimate. And if you don't, he's just kind of, he heals himself, which is great. And you kind of want to have those type of things. But I think Ghost Rider and Mr. Sinister, if they had a little bit more use, that Symbiote Spider-Man might want to think about holding on to him. And then Yo-Yo, if she's at 5 red stars and getting resisted a lot with that offense down. Those are kind of my final 4. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that. So Red Star Gate, how did it affect you? Are you upset? Were you someone who bought it and are pissed that everyone else is getting it? Or you bought it and you're happy? Did you not buy it and you're like, great, I'm really happy that what Fox Next is doing. That's kind of where I fall in. Happy that, the decision Fox Next made to give the people who didn't get a chance to buy it those gold promotion credits. So, and as always, I appreciate you guys stopping by. I hope this video helped. It's the top 5 that I think. So think about what you got, where you're at. I understand some of you might not have them at 5 reds at this point. I'm happy to talk about that. Come on to my Discord, and I'm happy to give you some ideas depending where you're at. Might be to wait for someone, and just slowly hope to get some RNG. These gold credits don't come along very often, so don't just willy-nilly spend them. Be smart about it. So anyway, hammer down that like button. Share with your alliance mates, share with your friends, family, all that kind of thing. Notification bells, all the goodness. And until next time, I hope you guys have a fantastic day.